Amidst the silence of the Chernobyl Exclusion Zone, where abandoned buildings stand as solemn witnesses to a disaster of ages past, a man named Viktor embarked on a journey that would defy reason and unravel the mysteries of the radioactive wilderness. Viktor had dedicated his life to documenting the aftermath of the Chernobyl disaster, capturing the eerie beauty and desolate landscapes through his camera lens. With each click of the shutter, he felt a deep connection to the history and tragedy that unfolded here. One fateful morning, Viktor's footsteps led him to a forgotten corner of the exclusion zone. As he ventured deeper into the heart of the zone, Viktor's Geiger counter crackled with unsettling intensity, a constant reminder of the invisible danger that surrounded him. Yet, an inexplicable force seemed to guide his steps, drawing him toward an area where the radiation levels were unexpectedly lower. In the midst of the stark landscape, he caught sight of a creature unlike any he had ever encountered. It was a four-legged being. The creature's fur appeared matted, and its eyes, deep and entrancing, locked onto Viktor's, as if peering into the very depths of his soul. Viktor's heart raced as he photographed the enigmatic creature, his cautious steps marked by a mixture of awe and trepidation. He described the creature as being unlike anything he had ever seen before. It had 4 legs, like a dog, but its body was elongated and sleek. Viktor was unsure of what this creature was, thinking that it may have been a local wolf that had been affected by something in the area. After only a few minutes, the creature pulled away and ran into the forest. Viktor said that he hasn't seen the creature since, but is convinced that it was most likely a native species that had something wrong with it. The Chernobyl disaster of 1986, a catastrophic nuclear accident that released massive amounts of radioactive particles into the atmosphere, transformed the Chernobyl Exclusion Zone into an unlikely sanctuary for wildlife. This unique setting, once considered a symbol of destruction, has turned into a living laboratory, revealing nature's astonishing ability to adapt and thrive, even in the face of extreme adversity. In the aftermath of the Chernobyl disaster, the human evacuation from the surrounding areas inadvertently created a sanctuary for wildlife. The exclusion of human activity, typically a dominant factor shaping ecosystems, allowed animals to establish new territories and modify their behavior without the pressures of human interference. This sudden absence of human activity provided a glimpse into the potential consequences of reduced human presence in the natural world. One of the most intriguing aspects of wildlife in Chernobyl is the way species have adapted to the presence of radiation. While high levels of radiation can be detrimental to organisms, some animals have developed strategies to mitigate its effects. For instance, studies have shown that birds in the exclusion zone exhibit higher levels of antioxidants in their bodies, which helps counteract the harmful effects of radiation-induced oxidative stress. Additionally, some insects have developed thicker exoskeletons that provide better protection against radiation. However, the presence of radiation has also led to genetic mutations in some species. While many mutations are deleterious, some have proven advantageous in the exclusion zone's unique conditions. For example, certain plant species have developed heightened levels of pigments that offer protection against radiation-induced DNA damage. This adaptation has allowed these plants to thrive in areas where their counterparts outside the exclusion zone might struggle. The absence of human activity has allowed populations of various animals to grow unchecked. Large mammals, such as boars, deer, and wolves, have seen significant increases in population density within the exclusion zone. This phenomenon, known as the ecological release, occurs when a predator's main threats, typically hunting and habitat destruction, are eliminated. However, the balance of these populations can be delicate, as unchecked growth could lead to overpopulation, resource depletion, and heightened competition. The abandoned towns and villages within the exclusion zone have become eerily inhabited by a variety of wildlife. The phenomenon is known as urbanization of wildlife and has seen animals like raccoons, foxes, and even domesticated dogs adapting to urban environments. This process highlights the remarkable flexibility of certain species as they navigate and exploit new niches created by the presence of abandoned human infrastructure. The thriving wildlife in the Chernobyl Exclusion Zone raises ethical questions about studying and interacting with these ecosystems. While it provides an invaluable opportunity, To study the long-term effects of radiation on wildlife, researchers must grapple with the moral dilemma of intervening in a fragile ecosystem that has naturally recovered in the absence of human influence. Any research activities or interventions must be carefully considered to ensure that they do not disrupt the delicate balance that has developed over the years. The survival and adaptation of wildlife in the Chernobyl Exclusion Zone offer valuable insights into conservation efforts and the resilience of ecosystems. While it would be unwise to romanticize the disaster's effects, it does underscore the capacity of nature to recover when given the chance. Moreover, it underscores the complex interplay between various ecological factors, adaptation, and the importance of minimizing human impact on natural systems. The story of wildlife in the Chernobyl Exclusion Zone is a testament to nature's resilience and adaptability. Despite the immense challenges posed by radiation and the absence of human presence, various species have found ways to survive, adapt, and even flourish. The exclusion zone has turned into a living laboratory, providing researchers with unique insights into ecological dynamics and the potential for recovery in even the harshest environments. As we continue to grapple with the impacts of human activity on the natural world, the lessons learned from Chernobyl serve as a reminder of both the fragility and resilience of the ecosystems we share this planet with. The primary hurdle to human survival in the Chernobyl Exclusion Zone is the pervasive radiation that permeates the environment. The radioactive isotopes released during the disaster, such as cesium and strontium, have long half-lives and can pose serious health risks to humans exposed over prolonged periods. Acute radiation sickness and genetic mutations are among the potential consequences. While some areas within the zone have lower radiation levels due to natural decay and containment efforts, the risks of radiation exposure remain. Protective measures, such as wearing specialized clothing and using advanced monitoring equipment, are essential for anyone entering the area. Advancements in technology have enabled humans to venture into the exclusion zone for short periods while minimizing radiation exposure. Workers involved in containment and cleanup efforts, for instance, wear specialized suits with integrated cooling systems and respirators to prevent inhalation of radioactive particles. These technologies, coupled with radiation monitoring devices and decontamination protocols, allow humans to carry out essential tasks while mitigating the risk of radiation-related health issues. The construction of the new safe confinement, an immense steel arch that encases the damaged reactor, has significantly reduced the release of radioactive materials and provides a safer environment for maintenance and decommissioning activities. Technological innovations continue to play a pivotal role in enabling limited human presence within the exclusion zone. While short-term visits for specific purposes are feasible due to advanced protective measures, long-term human survival within the Chernobyl Exclusion Zone presents formidable challenges. The risk of chronic radiation exposure and associated health complications, including increased cancer rates and compromised immune systems, raises ethical questions about the feasibility and sustainability of establishing a permanent human presence. The potential effects on reproductive health and genetic integrity also add complexity to the idea of long-term survival. Research indicates that radiation exposure can increase the risk of genetic mutations, potentially affecting future generations. These considerations emphasize the need for a comprehensive understanding of the potential consequences of extended habitation. The human capacity for adaptation and resilience is a driving force that cannot be overlooked. Throughout history, humans have demonstrated an ability to adapt to challenging environments, leveraging their ingenuity to overcome seemingly insurmountable odds. The Chernobyl disaster itself serves as a testament to the resilience of affected communities who faced displacement and loss yet continue to rebuild their lives. If a long-term human presence were to be considered within the exclusion zone, it would likely involve a careful combination of protective measures, technological interventions, and thorough risk assessments. This would require interdisciplinary collaboration among scientists, engineers, medical experts, and social scientists to develop strategies that balance the potential benefits with the health risks. The Chernobyl Exclusion Zone, a 1,000 square mile area encompassing the Chernobyl nuclear power plant and its surroundings, has witnessed a remarkable resurgence of wildlife and flora in the absence of human activity. This unexpected ecological recovery underscores the capacity of nature to adapt and reclaim even the most hazardous landscapes. As mentioned, populations of species such as wolves, boars, and deer have flourished, creating a unique ecosystem often referred to as a radioactive wilderness. However, the environmental impacts of radiation persist. The radioactive isotopes released during the explosion have long half-lives, ensuring their presence in the environment for generations. These isotopes can be taken up by plants, animals, and even humans, resulting in an ongoing cycle of exposure. While some species exhibit adaptation to the radiation, others suffer from genetic mutations and compromised reproductive success. Chernobyl remains an unprecedented opportunity for scientists to study the long-term effects of radiation on ecosystems and human health. Research conducted within the exclusion zone provides insights into the genetic, physiological, and ecological responses of organisms to chronic radiation exposure. These studies help broaden our understanding of radiation's impact on DNA, cellular repair mechanisms, and the broader ecosystem dynamics. One significant area of research involves the use of Chernobyl's unique conditions to better comprehend the potential effects of radiation on humans and other species. This research informs radiation protection standards and helps refine models for predicting the consequences of nuclear accidents. The lessons learned from Chernobyl are crucial for informing future decisions regarding nuclear energy and disaster preparedness. The area surrounding Chernobyl was once home to thriving communities. Today, these towns and villages remain abandoned, frozen in time, with decaying buildings and remnants of human life. The socio-economic impact on the affected population was profound, leading to displacement, loss of livelihoods, and displacement of families and communities. Efforts to manage the exclusion zone's legacy include measures to ensure the safety of workers engaged in containment and cleanup activities. The construction of the new safe confinement, a massive steel arch, was completed in 2016 to encase the damaged reactor and prevent further release of radioactive material. This engineering marvel not only minimizes environmental contamination, but also provides a platform for future decommissioning efforts. So, what do you make of these recent Chernobyl discoveries? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comments section below and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.